Hey guys, Youngblood Fantasy 92 here. I've been requested by Asian Drummer 84 to do a rant or a video on the latest development of Disney buying Marvel for $4 billion. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Anyway, before I even begin with this rant, most people will probably think that Disney has made a crap decision. Why? Well, based on the latest trend of decisions Disney made, the very bad decisions Disney made, we can guess that they'll destroy the Marvel franchise. I mean, think about it. Disney is the hub of the Jonas Brothers, Hannah Montana, and other music people who should be in the alleys whining than to be singers who are the leaders of the world. And besides the fact that Disney is a huge corporate conglomerate who is more dependent on manufacturing crap than actually working on stuff, I mean, that's what most people will think. And I really think I think low of Disney at this point. I really think low of Disney. And the truth is, Disney buying Marvel, I really think Disney might have a slight potential to not only modify the franchise, but they might doom the franchise in a sense. I mean, I'm not going to completely say that Disney's going to destroy it because Marvel's been around for many, many years, and what with Stan Lee and Jack King Kirby being around and all that stuff, doing all this Spider-Man and all these other comic franchises that I can't even list because there's so many of them. Well, maybe even Captain America and the Avengers. But I mean, think about it this way. I'm going to compare Disney to Marvel. Now, Disney, before it went manufactured on us, Disney has made a bunch of characters that were original, mind you, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, that whole rigmarole. And then they made all these animated movies that everyone thinks of as classic moments of their childhood and Disney gold. I mean, think about it. Disney created Pocahontas and Snow White and uh, The Lion King, Lady and the Tramp, and so on and so forth. I mean, if Disney had the power to do that, maybe their power still is remaining. I mean, granted, it's really hard to believe given the fact that Disney has made the Jonas Brothers famous, or Hannah Montana famous, or Demi Lovato famous, or other people famous that no one deserves to be. But, I mean, Disney has been around for many, many years, and two-thirds of his lifetime was dedicated to making great movies and having a large demographic that really likes what they were producing. So maybe Disney has made a decision that could help Marvel. I mean, think about it this way. Marvel declared bankruptcy in 1996 because comic sales were slumping, and Marvel was a comic superpower. I mean, think about it. Spider-Man, I listed them before, but all those Marvel comics went bankrupt by 96. Think about it that way. Disney actually kind of helped them in that sense because is also a superpower. Although, I mean, come on, it's a superpower for the wrong reasons, but it's a superpower nonetheless, and it's helped Marvel to gain a head start in the economic trend that they sadly went and entered into in '96. In fact, in '98, they appointed someone to help run Marvel. I forgot his name, but it's listed in a bunch of articles that I've been reading. But they appointed someone in '98 to run Marvel and make sure it doesn't go under. But Disney is more child-based and more along the lines of like squeaky clean fun and stuff like that. Learning lessons, morals of stories, etc. Whereas Marvel is more of a edgy type of actiony type of stuff. Any comic book of Spider-Man would be a chilling indication of this. And I don't think that's too like it's not really like symbiotic in a sense because they seem so disparate in terms of their styles and their genres and what they involve themselves in. But Disney has the power to put all 5,000 characters of Marvel, and yes, there are 5,000 characters. That's how big the Marvel franchise is. Disney has the power now to give the Marvel characters a bigger depth by putting them in merchandise, in movies, and that could also be a double-edged sword because maybe they could ruin them with those same movies and merchandising. Here's an example. I'm going slightly off a tangent, but think about it this way. If anyone is familiar with the comic book Calvin and Hobbes, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, Bill Watterson, was really infamous for delaying any merchandising of Calvin and Hobbes. In fact, he prevented it and did not want it to happen. Now, what would happen if Calvin and Hobbes was merchandised during Bill Watterson's time? Do you think it would have made the comic any better? I wouldn't know. My opinion is not really, because Bill Watterson created these clear characters, and I don't think, and they may be tarnished by this merchandising. In fact, even early South Park, the creators of early South Park, like in the first 3 seasons where Trey Parker and Matt Stone were creating South Park, they were unaware of merchandising going on, and they in fact resented merchandising, not only because they couldn't make money off of it, but because, well, this is going on behind their backs, and they didn't approve of this. Maybe they approve of it now, but they really resented merchandising back in the early days of South Park. Disney has now managed to make Marvel on a more higher scale of dissemination. That could be a good thing and a bad thing at the exact same time, because it's because on one hand you have Marvel being seen by more people, and you have Marvel being seen by not only the same demographic they started out with, maybe with like the older teens and all that, but you'll get to see younger people seeing Marvel comics. Maybe there was already young people in the beginning, but there may be even more young people who are not familiar with Marvel that can now be seen through the likes of Disney. But then again, the bad side is there will be all these people seeing Marvel through Disney. And this will probably cause Disney to make changes to Marvel. Maybe some things offend the kids. Maybe Disney will have to pander to them, like they did with Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers. And I'm sure how great a commercial success they were. They already made 4 High School Musical movies because all the kids thought it was fun and entertaining. If their definition of entertaining overpowers Marvel's definition of entertaining and their demographics version of entertaining, then we may have a slight problem and will probably end up becoming a checkmate in terms of Marvel's thoughts about merchandising to the kids. Because if Disney has taken over Marvel, and if Disney does not like what Marvel does in terms of creating characters and adapting them to the TV screen, the movie screen, the comic screen, if comics even have a screen, mind you. But if Disney does not like the way that Marvel adapts them, they're pretty much going to start changes. And then these changes will probably make Marvel's characters watered down byproducts, which I'm sure the Marvel franchise and the Marvel demographics would not want to happen. I mean, I wouldn't want to see this happen because I always imagine Marvel characters as tough, swift, strong, sarcastic, and, that sort of edginess makes them classic. Any comic by Spider-Man would be a prime example. Any comic by the Avengers, prime example. The Hulk, and so on and so forth. But if Disney has the power to tell Marvel what to do, then we're in for a bit of a rut, and we're in for a bit of a war between Marvel fans and Disney fans. Because it's not enough that Disney has made crap decisions in the past. I'm real worried that maybe those crap decisions will carry on into the Marvel franchise, and maybe Marvel will have to rethink itself, and maybe will adjust itself for the kids. And then all of a sudden, we see these watered-down byproducts. We'll probably see Safety Man, the man with the plan. He's going to save the Earth of people who pollute. And seeing that from Marvel really makes it paradoxical to me, and it seems a bit strange. So, given all this information I said, and given all the facts that Disney has, and all the facts that Marvel has, I mean, facts in terms of, like, their legacy, what they have been doing, what they will be doing, all the comics, all the movies, all the animations, all the characters that each of these franchises created, maybe Disney's legacy will probably shine through more than their present state of mind. And if that happens, we're in for a very good year, and we're in for a wonderful revamping of Marvel. But if Disney goes crazy and greedy and wants to perpetuate its image of tweens and of bad movies that are live action and of the Jonas Brothers and Hannah Montana, and if that becomes an infection to Marvel, we may be in for a long, long day. That pretty much ends my discussion of the Marvel versus Disney thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Youngblood Fantasy 92, and I'll see you next time.